My name is Marisa Giacalone, and I'm an account manager here at JumpFly.
Can you share your professional background and what led you to JumpFly?
So JumpFly was actually my first job right out of college. Most of my previous history was in, traditional out-of-home advertising and organic social media. So when I was looking for a job, I knew I wanted something in the digital marketing landscape because that's where the future of marketing was going. And I wanted to be adaptable. So that's really what led me to JumpFly.
Can you describe your role and the platforms you manage for social media advertising?
Yeah, so as an account manager, you really see clients from the start. So once we onboard them, we really see them through, as long as they stay a client with JumpFly. So a large part of my job is client retention. But, whether it's campaign strategies, creative content, I really am involved in all facets of, client onboarding and retention, but also managing my own team, which is 3 people right now.
What certifications or qualifications are essential for working with platforms like Meta, LinkedIn, and TikTok?
I would definitely say Meta Blueprint is one that is applicable and can be transferable to all other platforms. It's definitely challenging. They proctor the exam. They sit there and, watch you take the test. But I definitely think it tests a good balance of practical skills, but also strategic thinking. So every question is a little different, but I definitely think that certification will put you in a good place for, kind of any digital marketing position.
Can you share an example of a unique strategy that drove success for a client?
First of all, we have unique strategies for a bunch of our clients these days, just given the ever-changing platforms. But one that comes to mind in particular was a client that was really struggling to see the results that they were hoping to get on the platform. We handheld them a lot. They were very, very involved in, the whole strategy process. We weren't really getting our voice out to them. So we recommended kind of after a year of not really seeing the results, let's just start over, start fresh, which is really daunting to do in Meta because campaign history is everything. It's one of the most important parts, to see success. So we rehauled everything, launched from brand new, and the client has seen tremendous results. So it really just shows the importance of tapping into Meta best practice for budget, for structure, and really trusting your agency account team.
What would you say is the most important element of an effective social media ad creative?
Definitely the hook. I think, every type of ad creative can be unique in its own way. But if you're not capturing someone's attention, within the first 2 seconds, they're just going to keep scrolling.
How do you adopt creative for different platforms like TikTok versus LinkedIn?
I would think about it as kind of wearing different outfits for the day. So Meta is one that, is more laid back. It's approachable. TikTok, is something fun, more exciting, more authentic. And then you have something like LinkedIn where it's more professional. It's, more suitable for business-minded type content. So I like to look at it from that perspective.
So what's your process for brainstorming and testing new creative ideas?
I think I gather a lot of inspiration from, what's going on in the world, trends we're seeing, on organic social. As a team, we really like to collaborate on, what trends we're seeing and how we can adapt them for our clients. So we do take a lot of inspiration from what, we're just seeing in our own feeds.
What social media trends are you the most excited about, and how does JumpFly adapt and support clients throughout these changes?
Definitely short form video content. I would say platforms like TikTok and Reels are becoming very popular, if not the main social platform people are digesting content from. So finding ways to engage clients' work, to be focused on storytelling, but quick and effective, and also, keeping the user's attention there is something really exciting. I think we as a team do a really good job of bringing ideas to our clients, whether it's recommendations or giving creative direction on how they can produce similar content.
Is there an upcoming trend or innovation that you think clients should prioritize in their social strategies?
Definitely influencer marketing. It's works for businesses of all sizes that I've seen. And it's not going anywhere. And it's definitely a way that, consumers are using to influence their buying decisions.
What role do you think AI automation plays in social marketing?
I would say the social platforms are just starting to jump into AI. They're using a lot of it for campaign creation, finding the right audiences. Meta just recently rolled out AI graphics, which is really great, especially for clients of, smaller size that can't produce content, as frequent or at a high capacity. So I definitely think AI will only help, especially small businesses, but also, really refining how we use the platforms.
So do they generate images and video? Is it mainly just images? And I
Right
assume
now
it's getting more sophisticated.
Yes. Yeah. Right now, I would say it's definitely more just images. We get a lot of clients that, they just have a product shot. So it does a really great job of incorporating the background image, adding text overlay, making our jobs easier, but also easier on the client as well.
So when you're measuring the success of social media advertising, what metrics do you look at and what are the most important ones?
I think it really depends on each client. We have a lot that are focused on ROAS or cost per acquisition. But to me, I think success can be measured by your interactions with your client. Do they trust you? Are they seeing success? Do they give you the feedback that you're providing valuable insights and recommendations to their business? Are they getting the results they want? So I think it's less about the number on the screen, more about, the larger, bigger picture conversations that we're able to have.
Is there a particular success story that highlights JumpFly's impact on a client's social advertising performance that you could share?
I can think of a few. I think some clients in particular, as an agency, we focus, on clients of all sizes. Firsthand, I've seen several small businesses that come back and are just so grateful for the work that we do and have come back and even said, we've saved their business. But yeah, I think it just shows the impact of having a team really dedicated to, reaching your clients' goals.
What's your approach to A/B testing and how do you leverage results to improve performance?
A/B testing is complicated in Meta because there's so many different ways you can do it. If it's a structured A/B test, I like to focus on one variable at a time and, being able to turn it into something actionable. But that being said, a traditional A/B test in Meta doesn't always mean that you're going to take this result and apply it to all campaigns and it's going to work phenomenally. So I will say one thing that we're finding ourselves doing more is integrating A/B tests into our business as usual campaigns. That way, if something's working, we can keep it running for as long as we want and not have it end at a certain period of time as a traditional A/B test would.
So how do you communicate campaign performance and ROI to clients in a way they find meaningful?
Again, I think it really goes back to just having conversations. We'll cover ROAS, we'll cover CPA, we'll cover, what their lead goals are. But really talking to them about their overall business, really gives us more opportunities to provide insights or ideas on how to continue to drive more conversions or whatever their goal may be.
What's something about JumpFly's culture that stands out to you?
Definitely the people. I would say, it's one thing to go into work and like the work that you do, but being surrounded by good people that also share the same passion definitely makes it a culture that you want to be a part of.
Why do you think clients choose JumpFly and what keeps you passionate about working here?
I would say clients choose JumpFly because they know they're getting a dedicated team, one that's going to communicate with them regularly. I know that can often get lost in kind of a big agency, but, we're always reachable. And always there for our clients. So I would say that is, kind of the main reason that JumpFly sticks out to certain clients. But what keeps me passionate is that it just changes so much. I'm not the type of person that just wants to sit and have the same job every single day. So every day is different. All the platforms are changing constantly. So every day is exciting in its own way, whether it's good or bad. But
So you mentioned good communication and how important that is. How do you make sure things run smoothly with both clients and your team?
I think honest, open conversations is a big part of it, but also consistent communication. We regularly provide updates to our clients, whether it's email, we have weekly meetings, whatever cadence really works for them, but being really proactive about, any of their concerns, reaching out with performance updates. And for my team specifically, I just want to emphasize again, honest, open communication, making sure we're all on the same page, really make sure that, our job gets done seamlessly.
Do clients ever ask about how platforms like Meta or LinkedIn work differently? How do you explain those differences in a way that makes sense to them?
Yeah, so I like to ask clients where their audience spends their most time. So, someone that spends their time on Meta is very different than someone that spends their time on LinkedIn. So it all kind of goes back to the target market. Who are they going after? And that really helps determine what platform is kind of the best fit for them.
If JumpFly named a meeting room after your favorite TV show or artist, what would it be and why?
For people that know me, this is no surprise, but definitely Taylor Swift. It's a no-brainer.
So say you're talking to someone that works in SEO or PPC, what's something that might surprise them about working in social that they might not expect?
I think it's a common misconception when people say they work in social media that they think, oh, they're just posting Instagram pictures, they're scrolling on Facebook. But I really think there's a lot more behind the scenes that people don't really notice about, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, Snapchat ads. We're really developing, the campaigns and the ads from ground up. So from targeting to, which creative works best for the platform, what copy should we be using? Do we like the copy? Really going through all those iterations. It's a lengthy process.
Is there a skill that you yourself have developed at JumpFly that maybe you didn't expect to?
Like I said, going into this job, I wasn't expecting to be challenged in such a way that, you really get put on the spot on client calls. So being able to go into a call comfortable and calm and really deal with whatever is given to you, I would say that was probably the biggest takeaway.
What advice would you give to somebody that is just starting out in social media advertising?
Don't silo yourself. There's a lot of different areas of social media, and I think it's very easy to find one spot to be comfortable in. But to be adaptable in this industry and to really find, different areas of passion, you should really dive into, several different areas rather than just kind of focusing on one.
Where do you see the future of social media advertising heading to, and how do you plan to stay ahead of that curve?
Yeah, I would say people are definitely opting into it a lot more than they used to. A lot of our clients used to be really hesitant about using social media. And I think just how generations consume content will really, shape the way that people use social media moving forward. And, ads will always be there. So we want to make sure that our ads are, standing out and working for our clients.
If you could leave one lasting piece of advice or insight to clients or colleagues succeeding in social advertising, what would it be?
Trust your agency, trust the experts on your team to do the job that you've asked them to do. It's very easy to get lost in the numbers and what you're seeing on the screen, but trust that we have your best intentions in mind and that we'll get to your goals.
All right, Marisa, thank you.
Thank you.